Susan, can you make me as the co-host? Okay. Okay, so everyone can see my slide, right? Okay, so I will do a quick sharing about INTI background. So for INTI, actually, we have been in the education industry for more than 40 years. So actually, last year is our 40 years. So for now, we are having four campus in Malaysia lah. Okay, and then if you see, we have currently around 13,000 of the students who currently study in INTI. So it's including our local student as well. And then until today, we actually have more than thousand of our students who graduate from INTI as well. Okay, and also if you see for our industry partner, actually we are working with more than 1,000 of the partner. So this probably will benefit when it's coming for the internship or even after student graduate if they want to work in Malaysia lah. Okay. And then from this one, you can see this one is our student population chart. So for international student now, we have around 23% lah. Okay, so majority of our student actually still coming from Southeast Asia. So especially like Indonesia, from Myanmar, or even from Vietnam student. So other than that, we have most of our students coming from South Asia as well lah. Okay, and then other than that, around 70% is actually from our local students. Okay, and then this one will be our QS World ranking. So for this year, we are actually in the rank of 509. So it's our worldwide ranking. Okay, and then from here, you can see this is some of our industry partner that we are working very closely lah. So probably in each of our campus, actually we do have the career service department. Okay, so let's say when student coming to internship, because majority for our diploma or even the bachelor program, they will have the internship. Okay, so for the internship duration is actually around 3 to 4 months. So it depends on the major lah. So if let's say they need any help to look for the internship, or even when student graduate, they want to work in Malaysia, so they can actually reach out to this career service department. Okay, so they will assist the student to either submit their resume or even they will guide them which partner they can actually apply through lah. Okay, and then from here you can see this one is our Malaysian map. Okay, so these are our four campus, and then for the bottom one, you can see this one is our Nilai campus. Okay, so for Nilai campus actually is our biggest campus, which is the main campus lah. So this one is actually near to our international airport. Okay, so from the airport to our Nilai campus is actually around 20 to 30 minutes. And then for the Nilai campus, we do offering the program from foundation, diploma, bachelor, up to master and also PhD. Okay, and also we do have the major in business, IT, engineering, physiotherapy, or even we have the pathway for students who want to transfer to Australia as well. Okay, and then other than that, we have another campus in Subang. So Subang is near to Kuala Lumpur lah. Okay, and then for Subang campus, we are offering the franchise program. So for franchise program, meaning that the student will actually study fully in Malaysia, and then they can get the certificate is from UK, from Australia, from US, or even from France. Okay, or even some student they want to do like 2 year in Malaysia, final year they want to transfer is also possible. Okay, and then another campus we have is in Penang. So Penang is a bit far. So from Subang to Penang, if driving is around 5 hours. Okay, so for Penang campus, we actually also offering for the franchise program as well lah. So these are the three campus that most of our international students are coming for. Okay, and then if you see for the Sabah campus, that one is only for our local students. Okay, because we only offer few major in Sabah lah. Okay, and then from here you can see this one is our partnership with the uni. So actually for now we have more than 350 of the partner uni. So majority of our partners still coming from UK, US, Australia, and also Canada. But we also do have some of our students they transfer to like Switzerland, New Zealand, China, or even to France as well. Okay, so this one is actually depends on the major that they are joining. Okay, and then from this one, you can see this one is the different study options that we are offering for our students. Okay, so from the first one, you can see the transfer program. So this one is for our American transfer or either the Australia transfer program. Okay, so for this program is students are compulsory to transfer. So they will study like 1 year or 2 year in INTI, and then they must transfer to US, to Canada, or even to Australia. So they cannot complete fully in Malaysia. Okay, so when they complete 1 year or 2 year in INTI, they will only get our transcript. Okay, so they will only get the certificate when they complete in US or in any other country. Okay, and then for the second option is our franchise program that I mentioned just now. So in our Sabah or either Penang campus. So for this one, the student can complete fully in Malaysia, and then they will get UK, Australia, or even from France certificate, or even they want to do like 2 year in Malaysia, 1 year they want to transfer to overseas is possible as well. Okay, and then the third one we have is the fully online program. Okay, and then the next one we have is the dual degree program lah. So for this one, dual awards program is only in our main campus. Okay, so with student graduate, they will actually get 2 certificates. So one is from INTI, another one is actually from UK lah. And then lastly, this one is our homegrown program. Okay, so for homegrown program, meaning that the student will only get 1 certificate, which is from INTI. Okay. So this one you can see here is actually all the major that we are offering for to our student lah. So basically, if for Indonesian, most of our Indonesian students who are actually joining INTI for design program. Okay, so design actually is one of our top program lah, which they will get the UK certificate, and then the another one they're joining is for Swinburne Australia program. Okay, because for this few franchise program, they can actually complete fully in Malaysia, and then they pay the Malaysia ringgit, but they actually getting the exactly same certificate as they study in like Swinburne Australia or even in other of our partner uni. Okay, and also for this year, we do offering 3 new program as well. So the first one will be the sport management, bachelor in sport management, and then the second one we have bachelor in music and also the audio production. Okay, and then the third program we have is bachelor in education, and then it will be teaching Chinese as the second language. So for these 3 new program, it will start on this year June intake. Okay. So this slide, you can see this one is actually one of the important slide lah. Okay, so because these are the 3 actually most of the important, I can say the famous pathway that for our Indonesian student. So for the first column, this one is the franchise program lah. So you can see these are our 6 partner that we are working very closely lah. Okay, so we have actually 3 from UK, like UH, Coventry, and Sheffield Hallam, and then 1 from Swinburne, Australia, 1 from US, SNHU, and lastly, CY is actually from France. Okay, so from these 6 partners, students can complete fully in Malaysia. Okay, fully in Malaysia for 3 years, and then they will get the certificate is from our partner. Okay, and then for the second column, this one is the dual awards. So they will get INTI and also UK partner. Okay, so UK partner certificate lah. And then for the lastly, this one is our transfer program. So the one just now I mentioned, student can actually transfer to UK, Australia, or even to US. But for this one, it's compulsory to transfer. So we need to make sure that the student have the financial to transfer. Then only we advise for this transfer program lah. Because we don't want later student when they join this program, so they didn't have enough financial for them to transfer. Okay, and then from here you can see this one is all our actually long-standing partner in US and also in Canada. So for the uni we listed here is also most of our student transfer as well. Okay, and then this one is to UK and also to Australia. Okay, and then from here, this one is our franchise program lah, that I mentioned just now. So you can see from each of our partner, what are the program that we offering. So for Shafa Halam, actually, they are actually more focused to design program. So we have these three: design, interior architecture, graphic design, and also the fashion management and communication. Okay, so for all the program here is actually including the internship as well. Okay, and then if for the design program, the student need to provide the portfolio. So for bachelor, they need to submit at least minimum 10 pieces. Okay, so they can draw anything based just sketching, or even some is photo also possible. Okay, and then another one for Common 3, we have a program in engineering and also computer science. Okay, but for Common 3, these three programs we only offer in our Penang campus. And then for the third one is from UK as well, from UH. So this one we do offering is more to business major. So for all the program here, student will only get certificate from our partner lah. Okay, and then this one is our another partner from Australia lah. So I can say this one is actually one of our top program for Indonesian students. Okay, so I think most of them joining is actually for business or either for computer science major. Okay, so this one they can do 2 year in Malaysia, and then 1 year they can transfer to Swinburne, Australia also can. So for the certain major like business, they can actually do 1 year in Malaysia, 2 year to Australia. So depends on the student preference lah. If some student, if they want to save the budget, they can actually consider fully 3 years in Malaysia, and then the certificate they will receive is actually still the same. Okay. And then this one is from SNHU from US. So for US system, normally the bachelor program is 4 years. Okay, and then we do have in communication, business admin, and also psychology major. So for this one, the student can transfer as well. They can do 3 years in Malaysia, 1 year to US is also possible. Okay, and then the next one, this one is from France lah. So we have this partner from CY Surgery. So they're offering for this program is the food service management with culinary arts. Okay, so for this program, actually the benefit is the student will have 3 internships. Okay, so every year they will have 1 internship. So let's say for the first year, the internship will be in the semester 3 lah. Because for our program, 1 year they will have 3 semester. Okay, and then the second internship will be at year 2, semester 6. So every year they will have a chance to go for the internship. Okay, and then also for this program, the final year, student is also able to transfer to France as well. But before they transfer, they need to pass the French language. Okay, so they need to pass DEFL, which is something similar like IELTS, but it's in French language. So they need to pass the basic level 2, only they're able to transfer to CY Surgery in France. Okay, and then the next one, this one will be coming to our dual awards program. So we have with Common 3 and also with UK, with UH. So actually the difference between this dual award and the previous one, the franchise program. So for this dual award, actually the syllabus is actually created by INTI. Okay, and then we are collaborate with Common 3 and UH. So they will have around 7 subjects is from our partner. So that's why when students graduate, they will actually get 2 certificates. Okay, and then from the previous one, the one I mentioned, the franchise program. So the one, the syllabus is actually everything from our partner. Okay, the syllabus, the modules, everything from Swinburne, Australia. So that's why when students graduate, they only get 1 certificate from our partner uni. And also final year is possible for them to direct transfer. And then for this dual award, if final year, let's say the student want to transfer to UK, so they will only get 1 certificate from UK. So if they want to get 2 certificates, they need to complete fully 3 years in Malaysia. And also if they want to transfer, the process will be longer because we need to send their result, the syllabus, everything to our partner to review lah. Okay. And then this one will be actually, for this one is one of our longest program in INTI. So this one is our American transfer program. So for this one, actually, we have been running this program for more than 35 years. So you can see actually we have more than 300 of the partner uni in US and also in Canada. Okay, so for the AUP, this one, we actually do have two different pathways. Okay, so the first one you can see from here is under arts, and then another one is applied science. Okay, so for this transfer program, like I mentioned earlier, so the student will study 1 year or 2 year in INTI, so they will only study the general subject. Okay, and then when they transfer to US or even to Canada, only they will study the major that they are choosing. So for US, they actually can go for any major, just except for law and also the medicine. Okay, and then other than that, we also have another program. This one is the Australia Degree Transfer Program. Okay, so for Australia program, actually we are working with a group of 8 university. So we also have two pathway over here. One is under commerce, another one is under science. Okay, so for commerce, it's all about business major lah. And then for science, it's more related to biomedical, biotech, food science, or even the nutrition. Okay, so if let's say any student interested with this major, and then they want to save the cost, so they can actually consider study like 1 year in Malaysia first, and then they can transfer to Australia in the second year. Okay, but for this program, the student might need to retake the IELTS lah when they transfer to Australia. Okay, because when they're joining INTI, we only request for the IELTS requirement is 5.5. Okay, so probably when they go to Australia, most of the uni request for 6.5 or even 7.0. Okay. So other than all the offline program, so actually we also do offering for the online program as well. Okay, so this one is the fully online program. So we do offering from diploma, degree, master up to PhD. Okay, so the student can study in Indonesia or they can actually study anywhere lah. Okay, so this one we are targeting for those students who are working. Okay, so they can actually study and work together lah. So for diploma and degree, we offering for business and also the IT major. And then for master, we have IT, MBA, construction, and also master education. Okay, and lastly, PhD, we have the DBA program. Okay, all of this program is fully online. And then once the student graduate, they will actually, they can fly to Malaysia to actually attend the graduation ceremony. Okay, so if students don't want to come, they can just attend the online graduation ceremony, also possible. And also on the certificate, we will not state it as online, so it will be same as the offline lah for the certificate. Okay. So from here, this one you can see is our campus facility lah. So this one is actually our main campus in Nilai. So for Nilai, actually, this campus is quite long already. So currently we are doing some renovation. So if you see the swimming pool, the lobby, and also the dining hall, so we just done the renovation. And then for Nilai campus, we also have our own campus accommodation as well. Okay. And then for Subang, this one is the Subang campus. So Subang is a city campus, so it will not that big like Nilai campus lah. But for the common facility, we still have lah. Okay. And then this one is for Penang campus. So Penang campus, we are also still doing the renovation as well. Okay. Okay, so this one is some of our international students lah. So for now, we have more than 3,000 of the international students from more than 100 nationality. So if you see from this few photo, is actually from our Indonesian student. So they are joining the cultural night for last year. So actually every year we will organize the cultural night. So we will invite the student from different nationality and then they will do the performance. So they will share about their country culture as well. They will do the dancing or even like singing. Okay. Yeah, so I think that's all for the program. So maybe if you guys have any questions.
Yes, thank you for sharing.
Mm.
Um, Everyone here, if you have any questions, if some of you are coming late, it's okay. If you want to ask some questions, just feel free to drop in the chat box. But just to highlight, maybe some of you have not aware that INTI also have a franchise program, transfer program, also double degree program. So just to make sure, so the student who are doing the franchise program, they will only have one certificate from the partner university, right? And the double degree program, if they are completely, they are attending completely in Malaysia, they will have two certificate, one from INTI and one from the institution partner, correct, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it seems like we already have one question, which is what is the differences between franchise program and transfer program?
Okay, so for the difference between these two, so for the franchise program is actually like just now I showing I was the sixth partner. So that one is we will follow the module, the subject, everything is from our partner. Okay, like from UK, let's say we use the Swinburne Australia as an example lah. Okay, so we everything the module we follow Swinburne Australia. So the student they actually can complete fully 3 years in Malaysia, and then the certificate, the transcript, everything they will get is from Swinburne Australia only. Okay, but they are study in INTI Subang. They pay lower, more affordable tuition fees, and then they get the exactly same certificate. Okay, so that one they can complete fully, or either they want to transfer also can. Okay, and then for another one, the transfer program, that one is for our American transfer and also the Australia transfer program. Okay, so for these two are different. Okay, because for these two, when they study first year or second year at INTI, they will only study more to the general subject. Okay, so only when they complete 1 year or 2 year, then when they transfer to like US to Canada, only they will study the major that they are choosing. So for the transfer program, that one is compulsory for them to transfer. So let's say like some student maybe after 1 year, after 2 year, they have financial concern, they don't want to transfer to US or Canada. Okay, so they can either transfer to our INTI, our other campus program, or they want to transfer to other Malaysia uni is also possible, but they might need to restart the program again. Okay, because of the credit exemption. So if let's say got any student want to transfer program, want to go to US or Canada, we need to make sure the student have the budget lah. Because normally to US, we will advise student at least have 30,000 USD to study 1 year in US. Okay, hope I answer your questions from E1. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. Maybe can you update us with the latest scholarship
Oh
or
yeah,
latest tuition fee for 2026
yeah,
onwards?
sure. Uh, okay. So can see my screen, right? Okay. So for scholarship, for this year, this one you see this one, Malay scholarship. This one is actually considered our traditional scholarship. So we have two type, the Malay and also the education assistant. Okay. So for Malay scholarship, we are offering from 40% up to 45%. So based on the quantum available lah. Okay, so if let's say any student, if they want to apply for 45%, so we will look at their high school, the national exam. So let's say their rata-rata is above 90%, then they can apply for the 40 or 45%. So need to based on the quota available. Okay, and also for Malay scholarship, student need to maintain the CGPA. So they need to maintain 2.5 in the first year during their study. Okay, so if let's say students are not confident to maintain the scholarship, they can actually consider for another one. This one is the education assistant. So this one we are offering from 10% to 35%. Okay, so for this one is also for first year, and then for this one, student just need to pass each of the semester and then progress to the next semester lah. So these two are the traditional scholarship, and then for this year we actually also having the special scholarship, which is this one. So this one is the Asian scholarship. Okay, so it's able to stack together with the merit or either the education assistant. Okay, and then for this one is the additional 15% for the first year as well. Okay, but for this one, we do have a very limited quota, so it's based on first come, first serve lah. Okay, so you can see the sample calculation over here. So let's say based on the student high school result, the rata-rata, I give them 40%. Okay, and then maybe the student apply during my visit or during my business trip in Indonesia, or we have some special promotion during the week or during the month, then we can give for the additional 15%. Or even sometimes if you guys find difficult to close the student, or even the student have some financial issue, you can let me know, and then I can try to check for the availability whether we still have the 15%. Okay, so let's say the student able to get the additional 15, so in total they will get around 55% for the first year. Okay, so here is the sample calculation. So let's say the first year tuition fee is 24K, and then we will minus the 40%. Okay, and then for the balance, we will minus another 15%. Okay, so for the total deduction, it will be around 11,000 ringgit lah. So this one will be deduct in the first year. Okay, and then for the scholarship deduction, actually, because for first semester, student need to pay in the full amount of the tuition fee for the first semester. Okay, so for this scholarship, we will deduct in their second and also the third semester. But for the calculation, we will actually based on the first year tuition fee. Just we will deduct in second and third semester. Okay. And then for another one, we have is this one. This one is the INTI Journey Scholarship. Okay, so this one we do have the free IEP program. So for free IEP program, this one is the English course. Okay, so let's say if you have any student who don't want to take IELTS in Indonesia, so maybe they want to come earlier to study in Malaysia, so they can actually joining for our English program first. So for this year, we also offering for free for all the international students. Okay, so in total, we have 5 level from 102 to 106. And then each level is 2 months. So let's say the student want to join for this IEP program. Before they come to Malaysia, we will send them the English placement test. Okay, and then once they complete the test, it will show the score. So let's say they score around 50, then probably they need to join for level 3 for 2 months. So after level 3, 2 months, if they're still not confident in their English, they can actually continue to the next level. To level 4, another 2 months. So after level 4, if they think their English is actually okay, they actually can go for register for the IELTS. Okay, and then if they meet the requirement, then only they can join the main program. Okay, so even when if student want to join for this IEP program, they also need to confirm the main program that they want to join. Because when we apply for the visa, we will actually take under the main program, but they're coming for the English courses first. Okay, and then for another one scholarship we have is the free A level and also free foundation. Okay, so this one normally is targeting for those students with the international curriculum lah, like IGCSE. So if let's say you have any IGCSE student, they want to study like foundation in Malaysia. So if let's say they join for our foundation program, so after the 1 year foundation program, if they progress to our bachelor program, we will actually refund their foundation tuition fees. Okay, but just when they're joining for foundation program, they need to pay all the tuition fee first lah. Okay, and then we will refund later when they progress to bachelor. Same to the A level as well. So this one is we call free foundation and also free A level scholarship. Okay. And then the next one we have, this one is the free master lah. So this one almost the same concept lah. This one is when student joining for bachelor, if they want to continue for our master program, they can actually study our master for free. Okay, but the master program is only our homegrown program for the offline only. Okay, so if a student want to choose for the free master, so during their bachelor program, they cannot apply for any scholarship. So like just now previously I mentioned about the MERDI, even the education assistant, so they cannot apply for any scholarship lah during the bachelor. Okay. And then the next one, this one is for our master and PhD. Okay, so for this year, actually, we'll be offering the 100% scholarship for master and PhD, but only for the offline program. So for master, actually, we do have two schemes over here. So for scheme one is the 100% tuition fee waiver, excluding the miscellaneous fee. Okay, so for the term and condition is the student need to publish two journal in Scopus. Okay, and then for the first payment they need to pay for scheme one is the visa fee. So let's say they're joining for our master 1 year program, then they only pay for 1 year visa lah, around 3,500 ringgit. This one is the first payment. Okay, and then for second payment before they fly into Malaysia, they need to pay this amount. Okay, the upfront payment, so around 13,700 ringgit. This one is the second payment. Okay, and then during their study for the master, they no need to pay for any tuition fees. Okay, but once they complete this master program, if they cannot publish the two journal, then only they need to pay for the tuition fees. So for our master program offline, the tuition fee is around 40,000 ringgit. So if they cannot publish the two journal, then they need to pay this 40,000 ringgit lah, in order to get their certificate and transcript everything. Okay, and then for another scheme, for scheme 2, also 100%, but this one is including with the miscellaneous fee. So for this one, the student need to publish 5 journal in Scopus. Okay, and then the first payment also the same. For the 1 year visa, around 3,500 ringgit. And then for the second payment before flying is this one lah, around 10,600 ringgit. Okay, so once the student complete the program, if they're able to publish the 5 journal, then we will refund this 10,600 ringgit. Okay, and then for next one, this one is for the PhD. Okay, so for PhD also the same lah. We have the scheme 1 and also scheme 2, but for scheme 1, the requirement is they need to publish 3 journal, and then for scheme 2 is 10 journal. Okay, and then for other fee is almost the same lah. Okay, and then from this one, you can see it's actually all the master program that we are offering for now. So we actually, for master, we have 3 type. This one is the master by research program. So usually they will complete around 2 to 4 years lah, based on their research. Okay, and then another one is the master based on coursework. So for master based on coursework, the program is only 1 year. Okay, and then for another one is the master online program. So it's 1 year and 2 months. Okay, so for just now I mentioned the 100% scholarship is only available for this master by research and also the master based on the coursework. Okay, and then if let's say for master online program, we can offering the scholarship is up to 45% lah. So this one need to based on their bachelor CGPA. Okay, and then this one is for PhD. So we also have the PhD based on the coursework, and then this one is PhD research program. Okay, and then online program also we have lah. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's all for the scholarship.
Thank you for sharing. I think that answers the question about the scholarship as well. The next one we have okay, so I will later on share the details to our agents. So if some of you need to read again the terms and conditions, you can check it out again. And also the other question is about the accommodation. Is the accommodation for student available on campus?
Okay, so if for the on-campus accommodation, we only have in our main campus lah, the one in Nilai. So the one we have a single room or even like twin sharing room. So with aircon or without aircon lah, based on the student preference. So for the price range is around 400 to 900 ringgit for the on-campus accommodation. But if the student want to stay outside, we also have. The one is just beside our campus only lah. It's the apartment. So that one is like the studio room, probably around 900 ringgit per month. Mm. But if for Subang campus and also the Penang campus, the accommodation is the private, so it's outside the campus lah. For Subang, it's still okay. It's just opposite our campus. So for Penang campus, they need to take the shuttle bus. Mm. So only Nilai campus, we have the on-campus accommodation. Mm. Okay.
Okay, thank you. But just in case the student wants to apply for off-campus accommodation, does INTI team can help like to refer them like this is the recommended
Yeah, so normally if student prefer the off-campus, I will ask them for their budget lah. Then I will try to look for the room which is suitable for them lah.
provider? Can you help us with that details?
Yeah.
Okay,
So normally we will
okay,
assist the
okay.
student just
Thank
refer
you.
their budget lah.
Okay. Another question is, what is the entry requirement for foundation program? Can the student use the foundation certificate to apply bachelor in Australia? Is there any certain regulation for under 18 student?
Okay, so if for student they want to apply for foundation, so let's say they're joining for the national exam, they must complete grade 12 as well. But usually if a student complete grade 12, you will advise them to join for bachelor lah. Okay, so if, let's say you have student with IGCSE qualification, then they need to have 5 credit. Okay, so depends on they want to join foundation in science or even foundation in business lah. Depends on which major. Okay, so after our foundation program, the student can either continue to, if they want to go to Australia, they can actually apply to Australia, or even they want to join for our Swinburne Australia program in INTI Subang is also possible. Okay, and also for student, if let's say they're under 18, so normally we will advise accept the student above 17 lah. Okay, because for 17, then we have the insurance to for the student. Okay, so if let's say the student is under 18, they need to prepare the parent consent letter as well. So this one we will guide you lah once you have any student for under 18. Okay.
Okay, hopefully that answers the
Mm.
questions. And another one is about this is the following in questions about the scholarship. What about the following scholarship after for year two and year three?
Okay, so for our actually we giving most of the scholarship is in the first year. So for the progression scholarship to second year, we are offering maximum up to 20%. Okay, and then we will based on their first year CGPA, and also the student need to actively participate in some of the event or even the club activity as well lah. Okay, and then so far if for third year we didn't have any scholarship yet. So far only first year and the second year.
Okay, thank you. Hopefully that answers the question. If anyone still have a following up question, just feel free to drop it in the chat box, or even if you want to raise your hand, I can help to unmute and you can talk directly as well. Okay, so for students joining any program in INTI, can still they apply the postgraduate working permit in Malaysia?
For the graduate pass, yes. So probably once they complete the program in Malaysia, they can actually apply for the graduate pass lah. So that one is only for 1 year. So after 1 year, if the student want to continue, then they need to switch to the working visa lah. Mm. But we will guide the student to apply for the graduate pass lah. But they need to apply by themselves.
Okay, so even though they are applying, they are joining the franchise program or the double degree program, they can
Yes.
all apply. Okay.
Yeah. Correct. Mm.
What about the internship? Will INTI help them to find the company for the internship?
So for internship, normally the student will try to look by themselves first. So if let's say they really cannot find the internship placement, they can actually reach out to our career service department. So they will give them the list lah. Okay, and then they need to send the resume to the partner. So they will actually guide the student as well. Mm, because for internship is actually like part of their program, so we need to make sure all the student able to get the placement lah. Mm.
Okay, so the internship is mandatory for all programs, or is it only for certain programs?
For majority for our diploma and bachelor program, they will have the internship. Only for the franchise program, the US, the SNHU, the one they didn't have internship. For other, mostly have internship. Yeah. Mm,
And it is within the school duration?
yeah, correct. Mm.
Is it on holiday break or is it in a specific time of the year?
So normally the internship will be like in their final semester lah. In the final year, final semester. Mm.
Okay, thank you for sharing. Does anyone have another questions? Feel free to write in a chat box. But if you don't worry, we will still keep in touch after this webinar. Just as I informed in the beginning, we will share the presentation materials with you afterwards. And also this webinar has been recorded as well. So if you want to refresh it again, you can watch the recording and maybe to share it to some of your colleagues who cannot attend this morning. Well, okay, I see the attendees are from various locations, either in Jakarta, Surabaya, Bali, or the other cities as well. So let us know if you want to ask questions, or maybe later on if you want to have any like some online info session together with INTI, feel free. Is it possible we do it with our Asian partners, Mason?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
So just reach out to us if you want to do some marketing activities together. Feel free to let us know. Well, if no more questions again here, maybe we can wrap up the webinar. So again, I'm saying thank you for Mr. Wason for the time and appreciate the explanation and refreshment to all of us. And for all the attendees, thank you for coming to this webinar. Hopefully, I will see you soon in the next webinar. And have a nice day, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.